Welcome to Comrade Media.
Books that shaped me. എന്നെ രൂപപ്പെടുത്തിയ പുസ്തകങ്ങൾ.
Aadujeevitham is a famous Malayalam novel written by Bahrain-based Indian author Benyamin, whose actual name is Benny Daniel. It was written in 2008. This novel is about an abused migrant worker in Saudi Arabia, which is published by Green Books. The Aadujeevitham novel is based on real life events and was a bestseller in Kerala. Aadujeevitham novel is used as a textbook at Kerala University, Calicut University, Bahrain University, and also in the 10th standard for Kerala state syllabus. He have won the Kerala Sahithya Academy Award 2009 for Aadujeevitham novel, longlisted in Man Asian Literacy Prize 2012, and shortlisted in DSC Prize for South Indian Literature for God Days. Major awards which Benyamin has got include Padmaprabha Literary Award 2015, Crossword Book Award 2018 for Indian language translation for his novel Jasmine Days, Muttathu Varkey Award 2019, and the prestigious Valayalar Ramavarma Award for Manthalirile Communist Varshangal in 2021. Najib, the main character of this Aadujeevitham novel, is a poor laborer living in Kerala. He was involved in a sand quarrying job. Just like all other Malayalis who wish to go abroad and earn more money to lead a better life, Najib also dreamt of such a life. After many trials, he got a visa and decided to start his Gulf life. He landed in Saudi Arabia in April 1992. His Arab employer never turns up to receive him. From the international airport, he was kidnapped by a cruel Arab and forced to work as a shepherd on his farm. Along with Najib, his friend Hakim is also trapped there. The Arab seized his passport. Both of them were clueless about what to do next because they were first time at Gulf country and don't have any clue about the arbab and the job they will get there. They were unknown about the way to the cattle farm and became afraid of the type of place. And then Arab handed over Najib to the supervisor of the farm. The job of Najib was shepherd goats, sheep and camels on the farm. He was treated as a slave laborer there. Almost 3.5 years, Najib lived in the desert of Saudi Arabia. The life of Najib was just like the worst nightmare there. He didn't get the opportunity to bath, have good food, and take enough rest. The supervisor of the farm was also a cruel man like the Arab and didn't give him enough freedom. Najib was forced to do back-breaking work there. Najib used to live in the desert for almost 3 years without speaking to anyone. He was far away from human interaction in a country where he doesn't know the language, places or people. The only companions Najib have was goats and camels. As time goes, he starts to identify himself with the goats. He started to identify himself as one among the gods. His identity faded away eventually and his mindset eventually becomes similar to that of God. He named all of them and started to interact with them just like friends. Najib lives the life of gods by talking to them, eating with them, sleeping with them, and sharing all the events of his life with them. Najib never loses his belief in Allah during all these difficult times. He tried to escape from there 2 or 3 times and get caught by a supervisor. That supervisor punished Najib for trying to escape from the farm by denying him food and water. There was a Somalian worker on the neighboring farm of Najib. He helped Najib and Hakim to escape from the desert one night where a supervisor went for a marriage function. That night was the perfect time they got to run away from there. 3 of them traveled a lot through the desert for this without having food and water. Hakim dies of thirst and hunger on the way, and without losing hope, Najib and his Somalian companion continued their journey to life. On the way, they found an oasis and take a rest there for a few days. That gave them enough energy to continue their journey. But on the way, Najib lost his friend and became alone in the desert. But he used to manage and find the highway road nearby. A kind Arab gave a lift to Najib to Al-Batta and he became a refugee there. A Malayali fellow named Kunyika helped Najib from there to come back to health. Najib calls back to his hometown after 3 years with their help and was arrested by civil police in order to get deported to India.
കഥയേക്കാൾ വിചിത്രമായ ജീവിതം ഉണ്ടാവും നമ്മൾ അറിയാത്ത പല മനുഷ്യർ.
Film director Blasier announced that he would be making a film based on the Aadujeevitham book. He decided to title the film the same as Aadujeevitham. This is a large-scale film where famous Malayalam actor Prithviraj Sukumaran plays the central role of Najib, the Indian immigrant worker in Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure whether my narration have made justice to the book, but I promise that this book is worth reading umpteen times. Aadujeevitham.